Welcome back to Retire Coast Millennial Financial Lab video. We're going to talk today about how to fix your credit without getting scammed. We're going to do that with explaining 11 smart moves for millennials. Now, while this is for millennials, it's also for Gen Zs and really anyone else, but we have focused on millennials and millennial issues here. This is going to be, as I mentioned, a short video that'll show you some visuals. Please go to the retirecoast.com website, and there you'll find our millennial articles and our Millennial Financial Lab and our Millennial Calculator Hub and our Millennial Hub. We have many articles to help millennials written specifically for all of the issues that come up in the millennial lifestyle today, something completely different than the Gen X's and the baby boomers. Rather than wade through articles that were written for the older cohorts, the Gen X and the baby boomers, I think the millennials are going to understand what we presented here, and this should be able to help improve their financial lifestyles. So please check this out. Also, we have our podcasts on this and other topics as well for millennials. So please go to retirecoast.com and go to your podcast player and type in Retire Coast also. And then please come back to our YouTube channel.
You know, bad credit, it can feel like you're completely trapped. It's this huge emotional pressure, not just a financial problem. And when you're feeling that squeezed, the search for a quick fix can lead you down some really dangerous paths. Okay, so let's dive into how you can navigate credit repair the right way, safely, effectively, and without getting scammed. I mean, have you ever had that thought? It's that feeling of just desperation, looking at a low credit score and thinking, I just want this to be over. You're not really looking for a shortcut, you're looking for relief. You just want the stress to finally go away. And this is where it gets so tricky, right? Because scammers, they thrive on that feeling of urgency and desperation. They're not selling real results, they're selling you reassurance. So the big question is, how do you tell the difference between legitimate help and a really costly trap? So let's get one thing straight. Looking for help with your credit almost never means you're lazy. It's about trying to find a way out from under this mountain of stress. Scammers know this. Their entire business model is built around preying on that exact emotional pressure.
And look, this pressure, it isn't just in your head, right? For so many of us, it's coming from very real places. Student loan payments that just feel endless, medical bills that pop up out of nowhere, or maybe you missed a payment during a layoff. It's exactly that kind of stress that makes the promise of a quick fix seem so tempting.
Okay, so how do we actually avoid these traps? Well, we've got to understand how these scammers think, what their playbook looks like. And honestly, there is no better way to see it in action than by looking at a massive real-world example. So back in 2023, a federal court brought the hammer down on two of the biggest names in the credit repair industry, Lexington Law and CreditRepair.com. And the result? $1.8 billion, that's billion with a B, was ordered to be distributed to over 4 million people. That is the single largest victim relief payout in the history of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It's staggering. So what exactly did they do wrong? It all comes down to this one really important rule, the telemarketing sales rule. It basically says you cannot charge people fees before you've actually done the work and can prove it worked. But that's exactly what they were doing, illegally taking money up front while promising the moon. So this whole case basically gives us the perfect checklist of red flags. If a company promises to remove negative information that's actually accurate, red flag. If they demand upfront fees, huge red flag. If they pressure you to act right now, tell you not to contact the credit bureaus yourself, or claim they have some secret insider method, run away. And if anyone ever guarantees a specific point increase, that's pure fantasy. Okay, so if all the fast, exciting, flashy promises are fake, what actually works? Well, the truth is, it's kind of boring. But you know what? Boring gets the job done. You can see it right here. Scammers are selling you a movie. It's fast, it's dramatic, it's exciting. The reality of improving your credit could not be more different. It's slow, it's mechanical, and it's all about consistency, not some big dramatic event. There's no reset button. And if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. Your credit score doesn't care how hard you're trying this month. It doesn't care about your motivation. It's a quiet, unemotional system that only tracks one thing: your behavior over time. It only responds to patterns. And that's why it is so important to change how you think about your score. You have to stop seeing it as some kind of judgment on your character or your worth as a person. It's not. It's just a measurement. It's a snapshot that tells lenders how predictable you might be. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But here's the best part. The most powerful tools you have to improve your credit are completely free, and they are 100% within your control. You don't need to pay a single penny to anyone to get started. So, what are these crucial steps? Step 1, pull your free credit report. You've got to know exactly what lenders are seeing. 2, automate your payments. This protects your payment history, which is the biggest piece of your score. Just set it and forget it. 3, work on lowering your balances to reduce your credit utilization. That's just the percentage of credit you're using. You want to get that number under 30%. And number 4, let your accounts get old. Don't close that old credit card because a longer history makes you look more stable. And once you start building these habits, you'll feel a shift. It's not about frantically plugging holes in a sinking ship anymore. It becomes about playing the long game, about building a real financial skill that opens up doors to real-world opportunities. So what does good actually get you in the real world? And listen, you don't need a perfect 850 score. Just getting into that good range, think high 600s, low 700s, makes you eligible for better loans. It can even slash your insurance premiums. We're talking about thousands of dollars in savings over time. All right, let's make this real. I want to tell you a story about a couple, Charlotte and Henry. Their journey is the perfect example of what happens when you decide to work with the system instead of trying to fight against it. So what did they do? No magic wand, no expensive service. They just set a super clear goal: get to a 720 credit score so they could qualify for a good mortgage. Then they put together a simple, boring, disciplined plan. They automated all their payments, they aggressively paid down their credit card balances, and then they just let time do the heavy lifting. And the result, you guessed it, they hit their target score. It wasn't because of some secret trick or a service they paid for. It was because they took the time to understand the rules of the game, and then they played by them, patiently and consistently. Their only tools were knowledge and discipline. So, I want to leave you with this one last thought. When you look at your credit, do you see it as a one-time problem that needs some kind of desperate fix? Or do you see it as a financial skill that, once you learn it, will serve you for the rest of your life? Because really, the way you answer that question changes everything.